Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sports from the Chair channel, the first video of 2025. Happy New Year to you all. I know it's been a little while since I last uploaded on this channel. Without getting into detail, I was stuck in my own personal abyss a little bit, but I'm back, and today I'm going to be talking about the Eagles' upcoming postseason run and my thoughts on our first round matchup against the Packers. Overall, trying to start with some more positivity because my God, the Sixers have really been pissing me off this season. But that is a video for another day. But like I said, the Eagles' chase for a Super Bowl starts this weekend as they will face the Green Bay Packers in a rematch of the Week 1 matchup in Brazil that started the season off. A season opener in which the Eagles did pull off the win, and Saquon Barkley will have a stellar Eagles debut, pulling off a hat trick with 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving. Regardless, that game now feels like a lifetime ago, and these two teams have gone through quite a few changes since then. Specifically with the Eagles, our defense has played like the #1 defense in the NFL. Props to Vic Fangio for proving me wrong on that front. Our offense has become heavily run-based, but don't get it twisted, we have shown in recent weeks that we can still pass and throw with the best of them. Speaking of the passing game, the past 2 weeks have been a bit wobbly without Jalen Hurts. However, Tanner McKee and Kenny Pickett have been holding their own to their credit. But as far as a lot of Eagles fans have probably seen by now, Jalen Hurts is out of concussion protocol, cleared to practice again, doesn't seem like he's taken a step back at all, and looks like he will be a full go for this Sunday's matchup, which is great to see. And for all the Eagles fans, all the pundits in general who were worried or in uproar that he wasn't out of concussion protocol yet,
sit down and shut up!
On the flip side, it seems like the Green Bay Packers are up in arms on whether Jordan Love will be able to play this Sunday or not. After sustaining a freak elbow injury in their season-ending game against the Chicago Bears, Jordan Love has pretty much been day-to-day trying to figure out whether he can go or not, trying to get feeling back into his throwing arm. And for the most part, the Packers have just been playing keep away as far as any major info on whether or not he will be good to go. Unfortunately, their luck only gets worse in their wide receiver room, as it was reported at the beginning of the week that Christian Watson will not be playing this weekend after sustaining an ACL injury in their game against the Bears. Although this is a big hit to the Packers' offensive scheme, the rest of their pass catchers should not be taken lightly. Jalen Reed, Romeo Doubs, Tucker Kraft, even Josh Jacobs can catch the ball at times when need be. This is a team that should not be taken lightly, and defensively, we need to be on our P's and Q's coming into this matchup. Regardless, speedy recovery for Christian Watson. Hopefully he can come back healthy and strong for next season. Looking back on the Eagles side, we had our own little wide receiver scare when it was reported that AJ Brown was not participating in practice on Thursday and left early on Wednesday. This is nothing to be scared of or be worried about, as it was reported by Nick Sirianni and other Eagles reporters that this was precaution. This was just to maintain AJ Brown's knee. For those of you who may not remember, this time last season, he had a knee injury in our last game of the season against the Giants, which held him out of the first game of the playoffs. And even beginning of the year, he had a little bit of issue with that knee. Nothing major, but still, just better safe than sorry. Regardless, AJ Brown is 100% good to go for this weekend. Nothing to worry about there. No matter how you slice it, it looks like the Eagles will be going into this postseason run fully healthy, or at least healthier than any other team in the league, which is great to see. I saw a weird stat earlier this week that said this is the 4th time this season that we have had Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, and Jahan Dotson all healthy at the same time. This will be the 4th time this season that they've all played together in a game, which is insane to me, especially given the fact of the type of season that we have had. 14-win season, second in franchise history, and the second since 2022. And Saquon Barkley, 101 yards off of the rushing record, which personally I would have liked to see him get, but understandably, I would much rather keep him healthy for the postseason. We saw around the league, there were a bunch of injuries that happened to teams in their last game. You see in Baltimore, Zay Flowers is out for this week because he got injured in their last game of the season. Christian Watson for the Packers, he got injured in their last game of the season and he's not playing this week. He can't play the rest of the season. Honestly, better safe than sorry, but still, it would have been nice to see him get that record. But regardless, still a fantastic season from Saquon, and I'm very happy to see him do it in the Eagles colors. Looking at the game plans going into this matchup, though, I think it's fair to say that the Green Bay Packers have fairly become similar to the Eagles as far as the way they carry the ball offensively at least. The Green Bay Packers have become fairly run heavy in the past couple weeks to end the season. They've been going through Josh Jacobs a lot, which credit to him. Saquon, Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs have become the poster children of running backs who were disregarded by their former teams and found new homes and have balled out. All three of those guys have just had stellar seasons, with Aaron Jones sliding into that 4th spot just ever so slightly out of the top 3, but still, those guys have just been stellar throughout this entire year. Green Bay will most likely, especially given the fact that Jordan Love is not 100%, will go through the run game early and often, and that's going to be on Fangio and the D-line to snuff that out quickly, try to force Jordan Love to throw and make him make plays. Force him to make plays, and in turn, we need our secondary to make plays, in which I have very high confidence in our secondary. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, they have grown to their own. Coming into this season, they're just rookies and they're playing like all pros. They will have growing pains most likely going to the playoffs. I mean, it's NFL playoff football. No matter how well you play, every rookie has moments where it's like, okay, they'll show you they're rookies, but I do believe that those moments will not happen often. Q and Cooper will be ready to do their thing on that field come Sunday. And especially with Darius Slay being the vet he is, I'm sure he'll do everything he can to try to get them in the moment, get their mindsets right, and ultimately just get this team secondary-wise where they need to be. Defensive line, need Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis to show out. Jalen Carter has had a stellar year all season, got named to the Pro Bowl for it. Great for him. Now, this is where you really make the big bucks. This is where you really cement your legacy. This is where you really make it known. Hey, I'm here. I'm the next defensive monster to hit the league. This is where you show like, hey, you're like the next coming of Aaron Donald. Like low key, like this is where you really make your name for yourself. Matt LaFleur is a great offensive mind. All credit to him. He's going to scheme up some things to try to get the ball moving downfield, try to get this team scoring. And it's going to be on Fangio to try to stop that. It's going to be an early battle in the trenches. Flipping the board, looking vice versa. Packers defense versus Eagles offense. I've said it before, this is going to be the 4th time that we have all our offensive weapons fully healthy, including offensive line. Looks like there will be no issues so far. The only issue, of course, that many people have, and I had this myself early on, is the rust factor for Jalen Hurts. He has not played a NFL game since I believe it was December 20th. So it's been nearly a month since he last played a snap of NFL football, which is going to be a little worrisome. And yes, there is always that worry of like, NFL QB's the most important position when it comes to this, the rust factor. Coming back after not playing a snap of football after a while is going to be a bit concerning, especially at coming out of concussion protocol. It may not be the most polished game. It may not look that way, but we know who Jalen Hurts is. True Eagles fans know who Jalen Hurts is. When it comes to getting the job done, he does his thing. And I have a lot of confidence that Jalen will be able to figure it out very early going into this game. I'm sure we'll be fine in that regard. I'm sure Jalen will be fine. Even if he is slow in the first, let's say two offensive series to start the game, I'm sure he'll figure it out as the game goes along. So I'm sure we'll be fine there. The Green Bay defensive line, they're no joke. They are guys who should not be taken lightly. Now in their secondary wise, Jair Alexander will not be playing this week. Hoping for the best for him, speedy recovery, because you would like to play your opponents at their 100% best. But with him out of the picture now, that's one less guy to cover AJ Brown, because most likely Jair was going to cover AJ, and now you have to slot your second best corner on AJ. Third best corner has to go to Devontae, and then you still have to worry about Dallas Goedert or Jahan Dotson. I think we'll be just fine when it comes to offense. The D-line is going to come at us, going to be very aggressive. They're going to try to blitz Hurts. They're going to try to stop the run against Saquon. Ultimately, I think our offensive line will be able to handle the challenge. We'll be good in that regard. Ultimately, I do believe that this game will be vastly different from how it was in the first week 1 matchup against these two teams. I'm not one to try and guess the score and whatnot, but I don't think that this will be such a high scoring affair as it was last time we played the Packers, even with the injuries that they have sustained, with Christian Watson being out and Jordan Love being questionable to play. Although if I had to guess, if I had to take a bet, I would think that 90% sure that he's going to play. He's going to take that field. He's going to be padded up. He'll be out there this weekend. If he's able to throw even the slightest bit, Jordan Love is going to be out there. Even with all that though, with the Eagles being the more healthy team. In a lot of cases, people could say the better team. All that is nice and good, cool and dandy on paper. At this point, the mantra of any given Sunday kind of doubles when it comes to the postseason, in my opinion. This is just how I feel. Literally, there is no tomorrow. You lose this, you're done. And no matter the stage you're at in the postseason. So this, from my point of view, my mindset is I take no team lightly. Every team in the postseason is in the postseason for a reason. They earned it. They got there. No matter how the team looks on paper, anything can happen. Forget the record in the regular season. At this point, postseason, every team that's in, 0-0. That's where we're starting now, 0-0. And you gotta go 4-0 to try to hoist that Lombardi. For the Eagles, leave no stone unturned. Pull out all the stops. This ain't the time to be cute or conservative. This ain't the time to be like, try to feel things out or try to say, oh, we'll see how this goes. We're going to test this, try this. No, you got to pull out everything in your arsenal at this point in the year. We're not here to try to be cute. We're not here to be like, oh yeah, we got to the playoffs, got to a wild card, all good, 14-win season, cool. No, every Eagles fan, every Eagles front office member, every Eagles player on this roster had the mindset from training camp, Super Bowl or bust. That's basically the mindset, Super Bowl or bust, or at least for some, NFC Championship. But for most others, Super Bowl or bust. And I see all the other teams ahead of us. I see the Lions, I see the Vikings, and we will have to deal with that when that comes. But regardless, this does not change the fact that the goal for us remains the same. Every single team in the postseason believes 100% without a doubt they have a high chance to make it to the top of the mountain. And it's going to be our job to make sure that we do what we need to do, push them out the way and say, nah, it's my time. I'm here now. This is going to be a very entertaining, exciting game this Sunday. I'm excited to watch it. And I will be here to report on it, to make videos about it, and to talk about it. No matter how the wind blows, I'll be here. I'm back, and honestly, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here for this video. Thank you guys for the support. I've been keeping track of the channel here and there as I've been going, and it's honestly surprising it's been growing without me posting a video in like 2 months. But I will definitely get back to that. I need to cater to the new audience and some of the old audience, and hopefully, you know, if you come across these videos, hopefully you enjoy it. I will do my best to try to bring the best content I possibly can. Hopefully we start off the year right with seeing the Eagles hoist the Lombardi. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I will be coming to you with another video as soon as I can, talking about the Sixers. I might have to go scorched earth for this, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt so bad, but it needs to be said. It needs to be said because there needs to be a sit down to change the trajectory, because what we're doing now is not working. It's just not working. But we're going to get to that in a future video. For right now, worrying about the Eagles. Postseason starts this weekend. The road to the Super Bowl, the road back to hoisting a Lombardi begins this weekend. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Love you all. God bless. Have a great weekend, and go Birds.